Okay, we're recording. So, like, I wanted to make Willow from Don't Starve using some sort of anime base because, working on some sort of fucking shitty laptop touchpad tends to be tends to be a bit, you know, shitty, obviously. At the same time, I wanted to encourage people that are just beginning that art to not give up by making some purposely bad art. At the same time, bad art is subjective. Not everyone has the same taste. And I've actually had to re-record this to look up who made this base, and turns out it was by base-boomer on DeviantArt. So, like, obviously I'm going to separate out some of the hair instead of just having it be a giant mass of fucking curls and stuff. But also you want to have some flyaway hairs as well that connect up into the main segment of hair. And obviously this is Willow from Don't Starve, right? So, like, we have a lot of writers in the Don't Starve fan base, and I want to encourage them to perhaps take a look at visual art as well. Because while I do my own writing sometimes, it's not exactly good writing, but still, people do like it for some reason. Perhaps because they're as masochistic as I am. But, like, sometimes I get nice comments on my archive of our own account on some of the stuff I write. And, like, that does encourage me to keep writing. So I wanted to make some purposefully bad art just to encourage people to maybe pick up art in general. Look at that scalp. Forehead. Yeah, so, like, I have a strand of hair going over the shoulder as well. And, like, this is just to make it look a little bit nicer and more, you know, vaguely realistic. But at the same time, it's obviously not going to be realistic because I'm using a bloody anime base. Now, obviously, I could have done better with the scalp and such, but that's because I'm not exactly used to using anime bases. Like, at most, I'll usually use a My Little Pony base. But since Don't Starve doesn't really have any overlap with the My Little Pony fan base, at least not without Ponyfy the fucking main characters and such, it becomes a little bit difficult to, you know, get people into My Little Pony and Don't Starve at the same time. And, like, most of the time in the Pony Doodle server that I'm in, there's no mention of Don't Starve unless I specifically bring it up or someone else brings it up. And obviously I do have my own headcanons for what sort of species and characteristics everybody has as a candy coloured pony. But, like, obviously they're not going to be canonical because none of the clay devs are into a kid's cartoon that's specifically for little girls. And, like, My Little Pony is a children's cartoon, obviously. So, like, the entire purpose of this is to encourage people to use bases a bit more. Like, if they don't think they can make, like, good anatomy and such, then it's perfectly fine to use a base, you know? Eventually I sort of gave up with this. The hair shines and such are supposed to be, like, anime-like, something like that. But also it's kind of a pain in the ass for me to do right-clicking and such. Because, like, sometimes if I just tap on the bloody touchpad, it registers a left click, you know? And, like, this is mostly my subjective opinion, but I don't think the bases actually stun artists as much as people say they do. Like, yeah, sure, it might be a bit cheaty to use a base for anatomy purposes and such. But at the same time, for character design purposes, they're quite good. Also, I figured that I could have a bit of fun with this as well. Because, part of being an artist is learn to have fun with the genre of art that you're doing. See, the thing is, I am cringe, but I am also free. And fuck you if you think I'm cringe because I'll carry on being cringe. Not on forehead. Then we play tic tac toe on her forehead.